Okay, so we're picking up from where we left off last time. And what we want to do is clean up the leg positions. In all honesty, what we should do is the contact isn't flat on the ground. The contact pose, his foot is up. He's touching with his heel. So I'm going to set a key and make sure that on the last pose it's the same. So middle mouse click onto 25 and set a key. Cool. The first and last match. I also realized that on frame 13 on the other stride, this one also needs to pull up. Just making sure that the poses match. This needs to come down a bit and setting a key. Okay. Now, what we're missing is you can see that this foot is kind of a problem because he stays on his heel for most of the time until right here, and then he immediately lifts off. What needs to happen is to create the flop of the foot. So he'll hit with his heel and then hit with his toe right afterwards on the recoil pose. And since we should be doing poses every third frame, 1, 2, 3, on frame 4, we can rotate this back down to 0 and set a key. Flop, and he stays on the ground. This one, 1, 2, 3 on frame 16, flop, and stay on the ground. Okay, feels a bit better. Now the issue with the feet is that when he picks up his foot, he's picking it up very straight and flat. And there's nothing going on with toes. And that's an issue. What we should be doing here on this contact pose, on the front foot, the heel's touching. On the back foot, only the toes should be touching. So we can take the ball roll and increase that. What I'm doing is I selected the attribute name, not the value, but the name itself, and changing it. I notice that as I do that, the leg looks a little straight, so I can actually, it allows me to sort of pull it back a bit. And I'll set a key. And of course, whatever is on the first frame also has to be on the last frame. So I'll go to frame 1, middle mouse click onto frame 25, set a key. I'll switch back and forth to make sure they're the same, and they absolutely are. But on this frame, on the other stride, I've got to do the same thing. I know I set my other one to 39. And I moved it back. So let's just see if it matches. Yeah, more or less. Okay, so he's making contact with the ground. Let's take a look at this front foot. He flops his foot down, makes contact. Oh, he starts lifting it even beforehand. So let's take a peek at this passing pose where his ball roll should be at 0 and set a key. Contact, recoil, passing, high point. And we have to do the same thing to the other foot. Contact, recoil, passing, and his foot should be completely planted on the ground. High point, and that looks fine. Taking a look at this pose right here, it seems a little unnatural because his foot's kind of bent oddly, like he's still putting pressure on his toes, and it's just bent strangely. So the ball roll should be back to 0, and we should rotate this down. Maybe pick it up a little bit more so it's not actually dragging on the floor. And set a key. And right around here, this feels very unnatural as well, so we're just going to rotate it and maybe move it backwards a bit. And set a key. Same thing for the other foot. This looks unnatural, so we're moving the ball roll back to 0, rotating it, moving it so the toes don't touch. And then right here at the passing point, we're going to rotate it, maybe move it slightly backwards. To be totally honest, the legs feel very good right now. The feet look fantastic. So let's just add a little bit more liveliness into the arms. The arms just have the shoulders swinging, and so what we'll want to do is to add a little bit of movement into the elbows. Back here, we probably want it just a slightly bent. And remember, first frame and last frame should always be the same. And then right in the middle, let's just have them bend it quite a bit more. Even with these 3 keyframes, it looks all right. Let's do the same with the other side. When it's in front of him, we can have it bent quite a bit. Just match it with this pose. Means I should probably have it a little bit more. First and last frame should be the same. And on this frame, right in the middle, on 13, we can kind of have it only slightly bent. You know, after examining it, maybe the shoulders need to come back a little bit. And the last and first frame do not match, so I'll just take this and middle mouse click on 25. Do the same for my other side of the body at 13. Just match the pose and they look okay. Just gonna dial that back a little bit. Let's take a look. Feels pretty good. Last but not least, right here, the leg is very straight, and the moment that it bends, it kind of creates a little bit of a pop that you can feel in the animation. It's a little bit stretchy. So I can go into the animation editor, graph editor, and look at the translate Y of my root. I can just sort of shift move these down slightly. Thing is, you just don't want it to be stretchy. Like that. Excellent. Now, to export this, we have the frame 1 and 25 are the same thing. Let's just remove 1 frame from our timeline so that we don't have a duplicate frame. Hide your curves, or go into your perspective view and hide the curves, and make a play blast.